Yo. Hear me? Check.
Whoops.
Breaking shit already.
I definitely broke that.
Damn.
You're not ready to go yet, right? Is this just a test?
No.
It should just be a test. Restart it. I'm not ready. Are we even live? I can't see it. I'm not live.
Dude, we're live. You need to get your fucking phone fixed.
It's not my phone. It's you. You're the issue.
Not the issue.
Let me share it out, then you can start it.
Fuck me all up.
Fucking me up. There we go. God.
Gotta wait, yeah.
You gotta wait.
Already, you're late. And then you fuck me all up.
I'd like to apologize to absolutely no one.
That's fucked up. I'm just muting your mic now and doing it without you. Fuck it.
I'm not surprised. I would do it that way too. Oh, don't touch your mic. Now you're just being spiteful.
Fuck yeah.
I'm touching your mic. Good evening and welcome to another episode of the Sarcast. Jeez, that just got loud all of a sudden. I'm your host, Steve Lybrand. Joining me as he does each and every week, Mr. Rob Rennie.
What's up?
Why is it so loud in my ears this time? Are you punishing me for something?
I didn't touch your headphones, bro.
I just got really, really loud at my ears, dude.
Somebody had the board set on dim. I fixed it.
Stop touching your mic.
Shut up.
Every time you touch the mic, it's really, really loud.
Cool.
It's not cool.
For you? So what's up? This is why you shouldn't be late. So I just want to tell everyone, Steve basically just walked in the studio, sat down, I turned the mics on, and we started going. That's where we're at. This is why he's having headphone issues today. So, I mean, it's not unusual, though. So
totally 100% on me tonight. So I actually, I had a race over here. My middle son, Ethan, who is 12, had his first soccer game today. He made the 7th grade junior high team. So I went out and watched, and he's playing goalie, and he got absolutely boat raced.
Really?
When I left, they were down 4-0.
Damn.
But like the shot total for his team was probably somewhere around 22 on him and 2 on the other goalie.
What?
Yeah, 3 of the 4 goals he gave up were breakaways. Not much you can do, but it is what it is.
There's a lot you can do on a breakaway.
There's a lot, but not this time.
So what you're saying is he has a lot to learn?
It's his first time ever playing goalie, so it's definitely interesting. And he's tiny as it is. He's a little guy.
And what's the net? Like 16 foot?
I have no idea the dimensions. It's pretty big though.
They're huge.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Really huge.
So, real quick story. So his game, and for those of you guys that are listening at home, I want you to play along with this one. Maybe write it down and do it later. So he texted me to let me know that they changed the time of his game. It was supposed to be at 3:30. They moved the game to 4:45. So 7th graders and 8th graders each have their own team. So they decided to let the 8th graders play first, 7th graders play second. No big deal. So he's texting me to let me know, and he goes, he texts me, and he's newer to the texting. He just got his first cell phone back in August, and
So he's not like on Wi-Fi only now?
no, he's fully mobile.
Okay.
So he texts me. Now I already know where I'm going and what the plan is. Like I already know where the field is. I'm one of those dads who's I'm on point with that stuff. So he texts me and he says the game is at, and I'll spell it for you. It's JMACANAL. And I went, that's an interesting last name. Might be Scottish. J Macanal. And then I went, oh, that says that's J McAnal. And I went, where's this field at? I was just joking. I Googled it, and all you find is J McAnal. It's nothing but porn. And it's not even the right name of the field. It's Mackinaw. It's MCANAW, I think it is. But yeah, my kid had me look up porn.
That means he's looking it up, dude.
Maybe that's just what I want to know who J-Mac is. I didn't have time to take a look at it, but it totally redirected to a porn site.
Really? So
I don't know. I'm hoping.
I think you need to check his phone, bro.
Probably do.
Yeah, I think you need to check his phone.
I think you're right.
Speaking of porn, though, wrestler or porn star?
Oh, you got something for me?
Yeah.
I'm ready for it. God.
Dude love.
Wrestler.
Okay. Huge erection.
Porn star. You're not going to get me. I know the difference between the two.
It's hilarious.
You won't get me. I promise you. Keep going.
Van Damage.
Ooh, that's a wrestler.
That's a porn star.
Fuck. God.
How about Mike Awesome?
Wrestler.
Yeah. How about Balls Mahoney?
Wrestler. Is that a wrestler?
Yes.
Yes. The tricky one.
Yeah. Tommy Dreamer.
Wrestler.
Porn. Oh, yeah.
He almost killed somebody.
Yeah. Lexi Bell.
Porn star.
Yeah.
The women's names are going to be harder because the female wrestler names are basically porn names.
Grandmaster Sexy.
That is a wrestler.
Yeah. Randy West.
Randy West? It's just a real fucking name. That's a porn star.
He's a porn star, though he did play a wrestler once.
Oh, so it's a trick question. He was both. What would you have done if I would have went?
Played a wrestler in a film.
Oh. What would you have done if I would have went both? He's both.
That would have been weird. Lexington Steele.
That is a porn star.
Yeah.
It's a black guy.
Just Incredible.
He is a wrestler.
Damn, dude, you're too good at this.
I am really good at this.
Yeah. Razor Ramon.
That's friggin' Scott Hall, dude. He's a wrestler.
Yeah. Tyler Knight.
Porn star.
Yeah. Herschel Savage.
Porn star.
Serenity.
Porn star.
Eric Everhard.
Wrestler.
No, porn star.
Damn it.
Let's see. Dolph Ziggler, of course, is a wrestler.
Wrestler.
Johnny Darko.
Wrestler. No. Porn star.
Ben Dover.
Porn star.
Yeah. Angelina Love.
Porn star.
No, wrestler.
Fuck. The women ones are the harder ones.
Shawn Michaels.
Wrestler.
Porn star.
What?
Yeah.
No, Shawn Michaels is a wrestler
No,
too. That's a trick question, Rob.
It is, but there's two different. It's Shawn is spelled Sean.
Oh, so I was supposed to ask you the spelling?
I don't know, dude. I'm
Rick.
just looking at this
That's
thing.
messed up.
Velvet Sky.
Porn star.
No, wrestler.
Really?
Buck Adams.
Porn star.
Yes. Karma.
Wrestler.
Yeah. X-Pac.
Wrestler.
Yeah.
It's the
Eric
1, 2, 3
Stryker?
Kid Dynamite. Wait a second. He's both.
No, all I got on this thing is wrestling.
X-Pac is definitely both.
Okay. All right.
He's got a sex tape with China.
All right. Eric Stryker?
Wrestler.
Porn star?
Fuck.
Val Venus?
Both. I'm kidding.
It says a wrestling porn star, but a wrestler nonetheless.
Wrestler.
Spanky?
Hi, Dottie.
Spanky?
Wrestler.
Yeah. Randy Spears?
Porn star.
Yep. Sky Lopez.
Sky Lopez.
SKY Lopez.
SKY.
Yeah.
Wrestler.
No, porn star.
Damn it.
Trinity?
Wrestler.
Frank Gunn.
Porn star.
Yeah. Danny Mountain?
Porn star.
Yeah. Veronica Hart?
Porn star.
Yeah. Evan Stone?
Wrestler.
Porn star.
Damn.
One
That's
man
4
gang?
porn stars that are. Huh?
One man gang?
Definitely a wrestler.
Big John Stud.
Wrestler.
CM Punk.
Wrestler.
Dick Nasty.
Ooh, Richard. Oh, porn star.
Yeah.
All right.
Mr. Perfect. Wrestler.
Wrestler.
Max Moon.
Wrestler.
Yeah.
All right.
Bruce Beefcake. Come on.
Wrestler.
Stop. Frenchie Martin.
Is that a male or a female?
I don't know. Doesn't say. Doesn't have photos.
Porn star.
Not wrestler. Matthew Rush.
Porn star.
Yep. So, yeah, do I have more? No, that's it. Okay.
I crushed it. I did pretty good.
Yeah.
I only probably missed like 10 out of like the 50 that you gave me.
There was 50.
I counted.
I dropped them on you too. That came out.
I
of
wasn't even
nowhere.
ready
He
for
didn't
it.
even know anything
No.
about that one.
It's interesting sometimes how that happens, though. I start talking about porn and you just happen to have a porn story. I swear to God, that wasn't planned.
It's good stuff.
I like it when stuff like that works out. I got a bunch of stories, and then I got a quick announcement that we're gonna be doing here at the studio. While we're on the subject of porn and things that we shouldn't do, have you heard about this Jeffrey Toobin guy?
No.
So Jeffrey Toobin is a CNN personality. I believe he also writes for the New Yorker. So Jeffrey Toobin got in trouble last week.
Yeah.
So he was suspended. He's a CNN legal analyst. He was suspended by the New Yorker because he got caught masturbating on a Zoom call.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I did
Yeah.
see about this. I didn't know he worked for CNN though.
Yeah, he's a legal analyst. So it took place last week between the New York staffers and WNYC. According to Vice, the call was an election simulation featuring many of the New Yorker's biggest stars. And at one point, Toobin seemingly joined a secondary call. He lowered his camera toward his penis and allegedly he cranked it real good.
He didn't know like what the hell he was doing.
So, I mean, I don't know if he thought
so he knew what he was doing, but he didn't realize where he put the camera.
totally. Oh, no, he realized where he put the camera. He wasn't trying to jerk off during the conference. He thought that when he took the secondary call, he thought that he was jumping
he
in.
He got off the Zoom call.
Correct. He thought he
Okay.
was off of that call and onto a new call.
And what was the new call? That's the even weirder part.
I mean,
So the new call was for him to, yeah.
so it doesn't necessarily have to be like it was anything like it could have been his wife. Who knows? But I mean, like I on a Zoom call, dude, FaceTime.
Shit happens.
Like I don't know how you get caught. Toddy, she threw out some eggplants. I don't know how you don't recognize that. Like, I mean, first off, I've been on a few Zoom calls, and right now with the way that Zoom is going with all the kids using them and shit, like it becomes one of those things where like you have to be really, really careful with what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a bunch of moms who have saw who have been seen naked walking
yeah.
behind.
Yeah.
The camera or whatever. So like we're in a day and age now where Zoom's becoming more prevalent because of COVID, but I don't get the whole, like, it wasn't even like he started a conversation. Like, he just literally took a secondary call and just started jacking off.
Yeah, he had that planned.
And then he came back to the call and didn't realize that
he didn't even know.
He didn't even realize that everybody knew he was just jerking off on camera.
Ooh, that's bad.
Right. He had no idea.
Whew.
So this is a lesson for everybody. If you're going to jerk off at work on a Zoom call, I don't know, make sure the first call you were on, you're off of it. Like, maybe he thought it was like jerk off, like call waiting. Like, if he took the secondary call, it would pause. How does nobody say, like, Jeffrey, you're jerking off. Jeffrey, your dick's out. Like, how does nobody say that?
I don't know, dude. Like, why would you, like,
how does everybody let him finish? He went through the entire thing.
So their Zoom call turned into a porn.
Pretty much.
And they all watched.
Like, I'm so confused.
They all just watched, though?
I think so.
Like, no one, like, was like, yo,
Dude,
we got to kick them off.
The
like,
article,
the host.
No.
Like, because you're the host, you could kick people off.
The article friggin' says that go to the bathroom. You're right, Dottie. But the article says that he didn't realize that, he didn't even realize it. He finished the call and then jumped back on this conference call. Like, and nobody said anything. Like,
weird, man.
That's crazy.
Very weird.
He's got to have some enemies. Like, they intentionally didn't say shit. They knew he was getting fired.
Well, he didn't get fired, right?
Was suspended. He's definitely fired, bro.
Was it a CNN like event, or was it just him?
Like, it was them. Like, they were getting prepared for.
He's just in the media, so he was just on this call. Like, it wasn't like.
It wasn't on CNN. It wasn't on TV. It was a private Zoom call between all of these people, and they were preparing for the election.
He ain't getting fired.
He's getting fired, dude. You can't jerk off in front of your coworkers and not get fired.
I don't know. I guess,
dude, you cannot do it. No matter. No, there's no. That's a no.
Yeah.
There's not a single job except porn star where you can jerk off in front of your coworkers and still have a job. Not a single one.
So I got another angle, like not on that, but I got questions for that about the election. Okay.
Ooh.
So now I know, we're not really going to talk politics. I just want to talk about the election itself. Okay. So now this is kind of the first year to me that I can remember early voting, mail-in voting, like becoming such a big deal.
Yes. It's always been there.
Right.
It's always been something that you could do.
Mm-hmm. But why is it such a big deal?
I don't know the exact numbers if somebody wants to correct me on this, but I'm pretty sure that the number I read said that like 20% of all votes come this way normally.
But now it's like, what is it? Just publicized?
Because of Corona, the fact that you can't get out to do it, more people are registering to vote because it's such a polarizing thing. But I mean, the military has been voting by mail, and people who live in, outside of the country or, work outside of the country, they've been voting by mail since like the fucking Civil War. Like, this isn't new.
No, it's not new.
And the tactics, like, listen, I mean, the slowing down of the mail, brilliant.
But
like,
it's still like,
I'm not gonna, if anybody who knows me knows where I lean, but there's things both ways that's, it's just, showmanship on both ways. I think it's going to be interesting to see how it happens. I don't like the fact that we're at a time where we're just going to say that, 6 months before the election that it's tainted already. Like, you have to let the process play out and then perform. You have to produce evidence. I hate that we live in a time now, and I see this all day with commercials, both sides, where we just fire out comments about people. And like, there's no, it used to be slander was a thing. You couldn't just fire out things about somebody and have it, and there'd be no repercussions.
Right.
So here's what my thoughts are. So you can't call Donald Trump a rapist.
Okay.
You can't call Joe Biden a pedophile.
Right.
But this happens all the time on both ways. And there used to be a time where there was civility, and like you couldn't just call somebody a pedophile or a rapist without actual evidence.
Correct.
And like whenever I hear people say that stuff, I go, like, you do realize that the other party would put on that in an absolute second, because it's easier to run against no fucking candidate than it is to run against a candidate.
Correct.
And like the fact that like there's no regard for anything that you say, words no longer. You don't have to be factual. You don't have to have evidence of the thing. You could just go out there and say it and people run with it. And that bothers me about politics. That cheapens the entire process and makes our country look bad on both sides.
Correct.
That's where I'm at.
Right.
However you vote, totally your prerogative, but the lack of decency in both ways, where we can just say whatever the fuck we want and believe whatever we read.
Well, that's all the TV commercials now and everything. Like, it's just getting
Absolutely.
It's getting annoying.
I love the ominous music that's in there too. Like you automatically know, like when it's the candidate who paid for the commercial, it's bright upbeat music, and then it automatically goes to horror music. This is the America that you're going to live in, and it's like, bro, calm down. It's not that serious. I live in the suburbs, dude. I'm okay. Right? Like you'll see it. It's just like there's looting and rioting, and this is what you can expect. And it's like, that's happening now. That's live footage, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's not going to happen. That is currently happening.
So let me ask your opinion on this. So I was talking to someone today, and he says that his company is preparing basically that there's going to be violence after the election.
Right.
And I'm just like, why?
It doesn't have to be.
But why would there be? It's an election.
So here's one thing that I think is going to be an absolute byproduct and everybody should be prepared for. I haven't heard them talking about this enough. So we're an instant gratification city. We don't have patience for anything anymore.
Right.
We used to be a society where you would look shit up and research it. Now we just throw it out there, hope it sticks, and prepare to fight over whatever it is. Sky is blue. Awesome. I'm not researching shit. My hands are up. I'm ready to argue with you. Right? That's the environment that we live in. Everything is just straight up reactionary. We don't want to wait for anything. We don't want to wait for results. And that's what's going to happen this election.
Yeah, because the results of the election may not be announced till January.
Yeah, they may not be available right away. And I can tell you right now, no matter what happens, if the numbers come back in favor of Biden, Trump's going to fight it all the way.
Yeah. I fully believe that. But
but you know what? In this country that's built on democracy, that's embarrassing.
I mean, he's already set the stage.
Right. He did that on purpose.
Set the stage 6 months ago that
100%.
If I lose this election, it's going to be investigated because it's fraud.
Right.
But it's like if you win, it's okay.
Correct. If he wins, it was a fair election. If he loses, it was a rigged election.
Yeah.
And that's bullshit. Like, what does that tell our kids? If I win, everything was fair. If I lose, somebody cheated.
Yeah. I don't know. I just like,
and that's a concern. That's a legit issue. Like, it cheapens our elections. It cheapens our society. I don't care which side you're on. Right. I really don't. Like, the nonsense where we have to completely degrade somebody to try to prove our point. Again, you don't have to like Trump or his policies. You don't have to like Biden or his policies. But there is a bit of integrity to the job. You have to maintain that. We have to maintain that as a society. When other countries look at our election process, we used to be the model for pretty much everything. Our democracy was a model. Our free environment was a model. Our free markets, capital, all of that shit was a model for other countries to build off of. And now we're a laughing stock around the world. And it's not all Trump, so I don't want anybody to think that I'm singling him out. He plays a part, but it's just our election process as a whole. Like, this is Middle Eastern shit that they do over there, where one guy has control of the entire media and then dictates what gets put out. And if he doesn't like what gets put out there, he just says that it's fake, it's not real. And then on the other side, like the civility, the lack of civility there, like going after somebody's family and shit. Like, I hate the environment that we're in right now with it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. It's sickening. It
It
really
is.
is sickening. It's actually like it's sometimes upsetting as well. Like just the way it goes.
Right.
Like, like you would think that we'd be, I don't know, more manly than that, like, or more respectful. Like it's just
At the end of the day, like I know Biden supporters, I know Trump supporters, like they're friends, they're family. I know people that in the same family. And I just look at it and I go, today you're family. When the election's over, you're going to be family. 10 years from now, when both of these guys are dead, you're still going to be family. You're still going to be friends. Like it's not that deep.
yeah. But the other part that gets me too is like, and now I mean, so there's a lot of people who volunteer a lot of hours for these campaigns.
Mhm.
And I feel like some of them go way too far with it, like with their support. You're not getting anything back.
No. Here's one thing that I think that we got away from, and I think this is a good spot to end this part of the conversation because I don't want it to get 10 years is generous, to be honest. It is. They're both not very healthy. They're both very old. I've said this to you before. You and I have had conversations, and I think we both know each other's political alliance and where we are. The problem with this country, and this is not Republican, Democrat, Independent, doesn't matter what you are. The problem with this country is we no longer care about right and wrong. We only care about wins and losses.
And money.
Money comes into that.
Mhm.
If you're making money, you're winning. If you're not, you're losing.
Yeah.
If you have money, you're a winner. If you don't have money, you're a loser. It's wins and losses. If my candidate won, I'm somehow more elite than you. I'm better than you. But if my candidate lost, it's because you're cheated or it was rigged or whatever. Like we don't care about what's right. If a guy comes in and says, hey, I'm going to do this job, or if a guy has the job and says, I'm going to do these things, we don't care about that.
Right.
We don't care. Running on record or running on policies or things that you've done, irrelevant.
You don't need to do that anymore.
No.
You don't need to do anything. I mean, I thought that was clearly.
So you can go back and you could look at Bush.
That was clearly pointed out 4 years ago, though.
Yeah.
You don't have to have any political game anymore.
No. You can go all the way back to Bush, to Reagan, to Clinton, whatever. They've all done good things. Mm-hmm. They've also done bad things.
Yeah.
Like as far as policies.
Right.
None of that matters. It's all.
It did then. It doesn't now.
It doesn't. It's all the type. It's who you are as a person.
Right.
Like Clinton was a good president, great president. Reagan was a good president, great president. We look more at the personal side of it than we do like what they actually did. Like Bill Clinton will forever be defined by the fact that he got a blowjob in office.
Mm-hmm.
We also had the largest surplus budget-wise ever under him.
Yeah.
Trump's going to be defined by his recklessness and his inability to bring the country together. He created a huge divide in the country. He'll never get credit from both sides, from everybody, for what he did for the economy. The economy was better than it ever was. That's not incorrect.
Right.
But we're always going to look at it and go, he's a guy who said I grab her by the pussy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Joe Biden becomes president, one side's always going to look at it and go, he's a senile pedophile. But you have no evidence of that, but that's what they're going to say. They're never going to look at it and say,
said it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like we don't look at the person and say, hey, you're capable of doing a good job because you're a good person and you have good intentions.
Here's where our political game has gone. Ready? All the betting sites that are legal in this country are now you're allowed to. They're giving you money essentially to say what you think, to guess what you think one of them will say first.
Oh, they always do this.
But it's like
for the debate for tomorrow night. Yeah.
All of them do it now, and it's free.
Yeah,
the fact that's what it came to.
The fact that you have to have a mute button is concerning.
I love the mute button now, though.
Like, it is.
They need the mute button.
They do, but you didn't.
Yeah.
This isn't something that. This isn't
it's
something
because of disrespect. Like,
correct.
That's what it is.
Yes.
But
let's get back into the fun stuff.
Let's go.
Let's get into the fun stuff.
Sorry, I just had a question about that.
So Republican president is a piece of sorry, wrong article. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Democratic president is a piece of, see, I did it both ways. I'm not singling them out. Let's start with, I can't start with this when my phone froze.
Okay.
Uh,
So did you see the lemur got stolen from the San Francisco Zoo?
the what?
Lemur. 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 What is it? Lemur?
Listen,
It's
keep
an
trying.
animal.
No, keep trying.
No. Lemur.
Keep trying.
Lemur. It's the lemur.
No, keep trying.
It's the lemur.
Lemur.
There's no E on the end.
It's lemur.
Yeah, whatever. The lemur got stolen from the zoo.
Yeah. Did you not? Have your kids not watched the movie with
Yeah, bro. I'm just reading it. It's Lemur.
It's lemur. Lemur.
Lemur is how it's spelled.
It's not. It's
I don't
lemur.
care how it's said.
It's lemur. Phonetically, it's lemur.
Okay, whatever.
Listen, if there was an E on the end of it, if there was an E on it, it would be. If there was an E on the end of it, it would be lemur.
Did you see the
It's lemur, dude.
Did you see the lemur got stolen from
I
the
did
zoo?
not see that the lemur got stolen, Rob.
And the suspect was arrested.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So
First off, lemurs are adorable.
yeah.
They're the ones with the big ass eyes, right?
No, they just look like little monkeys. Yeah, no, they look like little monkeys.
Yeah. They have
Okay.
big ass eyes too.
Yeah, little monkey.
I'm trying to think of the movie with the penguins, the Madagascar.
Yeah, I think they're in that.
Yeah,
Yes.
the lemur's in there too.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah. So San Rafael police arrested Corey McGill away Friday morning for breaking into the zoo and stealing Mackay. M-A-K-I, right? That's Mackay?
Maki?
Yeah.
Maki?
Whatever.
Maki?
The lemur.
We're gonna go Maki. Lemur. Maki
Yeah.
the lemur.
But he actually, so the reason I brought this up though is I thought it was really cool that he basically got out and then he got away.
Yeah.
And he got found by like a 5-year-old kid at his playground.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. A 5-year-old first spotted the missing lemur while leaving school on Thursday. He probably have Madagascar to thank for the reason Trin could identify the animal. He alerted
The movie Madagascar.
Yeah.
I told you.
He alerted the school's director, who was skeptical. She said, "We've had coyotes, skunks, and raccoons." I thought, "Are you sure it's not a raccoon?"
And the kid probably came back and went, "No, it's a lemur."
Yeah, lemur.
I'm positive it's a lemur.
He scampered into a playhouse on the school's playground and hunkered down until authorities arrived. I just thought it was cool. A 5-year-old kid actually found him.
Absolutely. Do you want to stick with animals? I got a couple animal stories.
Well, I was just trying to help you because you said your phone was first.
I appreciate it. Let's go to this one. Escaped.
All my comments just popped up.
What's that?
All my comments just popped up.
What comments?
The Facebook comments.
Ah.
Go ahead.
If you got any that are good, hit me. All right. So escaped cow found trapped on neighbor's trampoline.
Hold on, dude. What kind of trampoline do they have?
All right. So this is in Australia. So this is one of those, they actually dug a pit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but
And-
still, I figured it would collapse. Cow.
No, I mean, if you think about it, what's a cow weigh?
5.
No, it weighs 5,000 pounds.
I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say like 500 to 1,000.
It's probably around 1,000 pounds, I would say.
Okay.
Like 500 to 1,000 is probably accurate. I mean, I've seen 15 kids on my kid's trampoline and it doesn't collapse.
Yeah, but they weigh like 40 pounds each. 60 at most.
All right. So 60. That's 600. That's 900 pounds.
All right, cool. Whatever. then.
See what I'm saying?
They better make these things strong.
Listen, I'm looking at the cow right now on the trampoline. No problems. But so now here's what happened. So the cow, it's one of about 40 cows that escaped from a farm in Victoria, Australia, was found less than a mile away after wandering onto a resident's trampoline and becoming stuck. So just so everybody has a visual, it's not like the trampolines you have in your backyard that's up on a platform.
They dig a hole.
They
and
dug
put
a
it in the
hole
ground.
and they put metal frame around the hole
Mhm.
and then put the trampoline there. So you can literally jump off the ground onto the trampoline, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So the cow just wanders on and it doesn't know that it's walking onto a trampoline. It just fucking thinks it's walking through, wanders on. Well, once it gets onto the trampoline, it knows that it can't stand up. It immediately just laid down.
Oh, okay.
So it's laying on the trampoline, just fucking stuck there. Like, I can't go anywhere because if I stand up, my legs are going to break because it's too much weight for me or whatever. Like, I'm not going to be able to go anywhere. That's my cow. That's how I think like a cow. If I get up, I'm going to break my legs. So they had to have a they had to have a neighbor use it.
Change your voice.
I do as a cow voice.
Yeah.
You know the cowboys? If I get up, I'm gonna break my legs.
That's a drop.
That's my cow voice.
All right.
You don't have a cow voice?
No.
Dude, I got voices for all kinds of animals. Ask me to do another animal. Pick another animal. Any animal.
Do a lemur.
A lemur? If I have to get up, I'm gonna break my legs.
Sounds the same as the cow.
It's a little different. I did it with an accent. So the neighbor had to use a tractor to get the to get the cow safely off of this trampoline. So they didn't know how long it would take to how long the cows were missing for. The cows just wandered off, and they got all the cows wrangled up, and they were back in bed by like 3:30 a.m. This all happened in like the middle of the night.
Really?
Yeah, they
How'd
found
they get 'em
almost
off?
all.
Did they just coax them off? Or
They had to use a tractor to carefully lift the animal off of the trampoline.
kind of like Free Willy?
Yeah, because they couldn't. The cow wouldn't stand up on its own.
Got you.
I would have just murked it and just started fucking chopping it up right there. It's easier to get that cow off in pieces than it is in whole. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
That's just mean, though. But all right.
Our video is so delayed right now.
Is it?
Oh yeah, dude. You're just now on the video showing a picture of the lemur.
Wow. I think our internet connection is very slow today.
It's possible.
Yeah.
They're throttling us. We're being shadow banned, Rob.
They didn't like our political talk.
They didn't like our content.
Yeah. I got a story.
Hold on, I got more animal stuff.
I do too.
What's your animal?
Iowa woman has her dead pet cat cloned.
Why?
So
This can't be cheap.
Oh, no, this is a process.
I'm sure it is.
Okay, so this lady had a cat. He was how old was he? I forget how old. His name was Mr. Tufts. And how long she said she had him? She didn't say. So anyway, she had his cat for a long time. He finally, he died. Okay, so most animals die. She was really upset by it. But before he died, this lady went to a
Do you want to
vet.
hear my impersonation of Mr. Tufts?
Go ahead.
If I get up off this trampoline and break my legs.
Sounds exactly the same.
It's not. I used a cat accent that time. It's different.
I didn't hear it. So anyway, this lady actually took her cat when he was alive to a vet.
Right.
They actually took here we go. He went to the Dr. Kevin Chrisman at the Cedar Valley Vet Center, and he extracted living tissue samples from the cat to preserve his genetic blueprint. They sedated him. They took a little skin, some fat, some hair, tiny pieces of tissues, like taking a biopsy sample. Now, the doctor said in his 10-year career, he's never taken part in cloning an animal. So they had to go somewhere else, though, to actually get the animal cloned.
Right.
So there's a place in Cedar Park, Texas, that now clones animals. But you have to have these parts that they had.
Right.
So they take the parts and they remade the whole cat. Now it's Mr. Tufts Jr.
Does she call it Mr. Tufts Jr.?
Yes. $35,000.
Why the fuck would you do that? Do
I
you know
don't
what
know.
you can buy with $35,000?
A lot of stuff. You can buy into the studio for $35,000.
Yes, you can. Jesus Christ. People have too much fucking money. That's the problem. Like, some people just have fuck you money to go clone a cat.
That's fuck you money.
That's totally fuck you money.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how much hair I can get with $35,000? I could be flowing, bro.
Yeah. So actually what they do is they basically make a new cat out of an egg. With the frozen
I don't
sauce
even
from
care
Mr.
that as a
Tufts.
society we can do that. That doesn't even bother me as a society.
I don't know what the point is.
It bothers me that she spent $35,000 on it.
Yeah.
Like, that's egregious.
Dan says you buy so many identical looking cats.
Right.
Just buy another cat.
Like, you had to anticipate. Like, if you were going to, hey, I don't want to
She
lose.
didn't anticipate the cat died.
Yeah, I know that. But you got to anticipate it earlier. And then you can mate the cat and get another cat. Like you
That'd
can
be
actually
so much
get
cheaper.
you could actually get Mr. Tufts Jr. and save I don't know $34,800, and I'm being generous. And you already have a litter box. Like you're halfway there.
You're set. And then he can follow his pop around until his pop dies.
Correct.
And then he learns everything he knows. And
Yes.
You have the same cat.
Yes. Picks up some tendencies.
Yeah.
No. Instead, you fucking spend 30. I don't even think this is about the cat. It's just about being able to tell everybody, that's a $35,000 cat. Do you insure the cat, do you think? Because I think you do.
Can you insure a cat?
Fuck yeah. You can insure whatever you want.
Not just for pet insurance, like not like medical care. Like you can insure it for like death.
You can insure whatever the fuck you want.
So can you insure that cat for $35,000?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
Okay. What happens if he just runs away?
Huh?
What happens if he just runs away?
Listen, I'm not telling you that the premiums on this aren't going to be expensive, but you can insure whatever you want.
Lady Juice says the cat's a clone zombie.
She's not wrong. What? Like, isn't this like exactly how fucking Stephen King's Pet Sematary starts? Did they clone a fucking cat?
I don't know. Did they?
I don't know. It's got to be the same. The cat's not human. It's not a real fucking cat.
It's a real cat.
It's not a real cat, dude.
It's just the way he got here is weird.
It's real in the same sense that Chicken McNuggets are real chickens.
Or just chopped up pieces of chicken.
That's just a chopped up piece of cat, okay?
All right, man. It's fine. You don't like cats?
I love cats.
All right. Just make sure.
Some cats. Other cats are just straight up assholes. Florida wildlife investigators bust $1 million flying squirrel trafficking ring.
That's hilarious.
I don't even need to read the article.
Bro, that's hilarious.
I don't even need to. First off, I don't know what the value of a flying squirrel is, let alone how many flying squirrels you need for it to be $1 million flying squirrel trafficking ring. Secondly, have you ever in your entire life been around a single person who was like, you know what I'd like to get my hands on? One of them flying fucking squirrels. Not one, right, Rob?
No.
Right. Nobody. I can't stand squirrels. They are the Librand's natural enemy. I have my dogs. They go out in the yard now and hunt those fucking squirrels. I hate squirrels.
Cody's my dog. He sits at the back door.
He's my dog too.
He just.
You want to hear my impersonation of Cody?
No.
No, you don't.
He just sits at the back door and he looks out the window.
Just watching the squirrels?
No, dude. He waits for him to come in the yard and then then he starts barking to go out.
Yeah.
And now we're onto his game. So now we creep up. We slowly open the door.
And he just takes off?
He just darts out the door.
Has he ever caught one?
No.
So my dog Kate, who's older than Cody by a lot. Kate's probably 12 or 13. In the last 2 weeks, she's caught 2 squirrels. She killed one yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. My father-in-law came out and caught her with the fucking squirrel in her mouth, saved the squirrel's life, put it in a box, and then the thing suffered for 4 more hours. He was like, I'm trying to nurse it back to life. Gave this fucking squirrel a couple of my almonds. How dare he? And threw some leaves in a box. And I came home at lunchtime and I'm looking and I'm like, that squirrel ain't gonna make it. But I'm not telling anybody that. But yeah.
But how's she catch them?
She's fast as shit. What do you mean?
All right.
I'm breeding murderers at this house, bro. Like I'm not messing
Cody's
around
at a
anymore.
huge disadvantage though.
Desiree won't let me get a BB gun to shoot at them.
No.
I have 2 issues at my house. I have squirrels and I have crows. The crows sit on the fence and mock my fucking cat because I won't let my cat out. They sit there and they squawk at her and she just sits at the door and she has to take it. And the squirrels run around my goddamn yard like they own the fucking joint, getting into everything, touching my things, which I don't like my stuff touched. So now the dogs are going to do what the dogs got to do.
All right.
I'm not apologizing for anything.
So we used to not let the cat out, but we let him out now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard to keep him in. He just darts out the door.
Yeah. Cola was an outside cat and we totally domesticated her. We broke her spirit.
Yeah.
She has no desire to go outside. Sometimes I'll let her go outside and I'll zip her up inside our trampoline and she just hangs out there and just like soaks in the sun.
No, dude. Collie will go right out the door and he's like gone. You don't even know where he is. He actually, it's funny. He goes out then he doesn't come like home in time,
Right.
and he ends up spending the night outside.
Right.
So I come down in the morning, and he's pacing by the back door, like meowing, like "Let me in." It's like 6 a.m. He's been out all night.
Smashing everything he can, right?
Yeah, I would imagine.
Is he fixed?
Yeah, he's
So he's just out hanging, dude. He's not even trying to get ass.
yeah, he's cool. He's just
I
chilling.
dig it.
Probably chasing animals or something.
He's a hunter now.
He's turning into an animal show.
I like it. A group of flying squirrel smugglers has been grounded after a 19-month-long investigation. Seems like you wasted too much time on this.
Why 19
That stretched
months?
across the country and as far as Asia, Florida wildlife officials say. Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission announced a series of arrests Mondays, which disrupted what they called an elaborate, organized enterprise to smuggle Florida's wildlife to interstate and international buyers. I love how it's always an elaborate, organized thing. Because if it's not, then you just wasted 19 months of taxpayer money.
Yeah.
Like it always has to be an elaborate scheme. Otherwise,
Why
if
did
it
it
was,
take 19 months?
I don't know. Like I figured it was just like, hey, do you guys know where I can get some flying squirrels? And they're like, yeah, I'm going to sell them to you. Boom, arrests.
Right. Like it
Lock
should
it
be
down.
done. Like
You know,
I can understand.
do you know
like,
how hard it
6
is to get
months.
somebody to trust that you're actually a flying squirrel buyer? I got to imagine it takes a lot of time.
Yeah, but what I mean is like I can imagine like 6 months, but 19 months of a federal investigation.
It was back in January of 2019 when the FWC received a tip about flying squirrels being illegally trapped in rural Marion County. That eventually led them to uncover an elaborate scheme to poach and smuggle animals to unsuspecting buyers. According to the
Why
FWC,
unsuspecting buyers?
I
They
don't
didn't
know.
know they were buying flying squirrels. Could you imagine opening the box and
And
the
the fucking
squirrel's like,
squirrel-
fly?
oh, it doesn't fly that way. What they do, they're more gliders.
All squirrels are.
What?
They're gliders.
Yeah, they glide.
Yeah.
They open up and they got like
Mhm.
fucking wings. They look like bats more than anything.
All of them. Yeah. Like if you throw one off a roof, he actually can land.
Listen, I need to know how much these things are worth.
Don't know. Well, I mean, 19 months and all they got was $1 million. I don't know. Not worth that much.
These guys look like straight up Floridians too.
Well, I mean, they
The one
say,
guy's
you know,
name is Vester Taylor.
What kind of name is Vester?
Vester.
I don't even know.
Well, his uncle cousin probably gave him the name.
Uncle cousin, huh?
Yeah, so the investigators believe the poachers caught as many as 3,600 flying squirrels throughout Central Florida. I'm feeling like these are like a delicacy somewhere else. Like you're not keeping these as pets, right?
I would say no. I mean, they're flying. Like you can't control them.
Captive bred
cage,
pets,
I guess.
not wildlife. That's fucking weird, man.
So wait, these are like normal squirrels in Florida then?
Yeah, they're trapping
Okay.
them.
So
Yeah,
they're just trapping them and sending them off?
yeah, and they're
Hmm.
parading them around as if they're like domesticated, like they were bred to be pets, not fucking feral wildlife. You know?
Yeah, and they're just regular animals.
Yeah. Let's do this one. So I'm always a big headline guy. I see shit and I look at it and I go, it's more about the headline.
Yeah.
And the what ifs. A coronavirus vaccine could kill 500,000 sharks, conservationists sworn.
What?
So a conservation group is warning that the development of an effective coronavirus vaccine on a global scale could ravage shark populations worldwide, as researchers race to produce a vaccine using an oil derived from sharks. Squalene, a compound that is
wait,
harvested.
Why does this shark oil have anything to do with?
Listen, squalene, a compound that is harvested from the liver of sharks, is a common moisturizing ingredient in cosmetics, and it's used in malaria and flu vaccines as an agent that boosts the immune system's response. Now, here's what the part that fucked me up. Shark Allies, a nonprofit that advocates for the protection of sharks, projects that some 500,000 sharks could be killed if a coronavirus vaccine with shark squalene proves to be effective. Okay. Already an estimated 2.7 million sharks are killed annually for their squalene to make cosmetics, according to the group. Who gives a fuck? Like, why are we protecting sharks? Are there not some animals where we just go, you know what? Fuck them, right?
I mean, there's a conservation group somewhere.
For everything. Like, who's protecting them and going, they're beautiful creatures? Because they're not. They're not.
No,
Like,
I
we
know.
should start a list right now of animals that need to be eliminated. Sharks, right number 2 under squirrels.
Wait. Sharks are number 2 under squirrel?
Yeah, it should be squirrels and then sharks. We should grade them based off of the recklessness of their species. Squirrels 1, sharks 2.
I don't know.
What? You'd put sharks ahead of squirrels?
Yeah.
Do you know how many car accidents happen because of idiots not wanting to run over a fucking squirrel?
Then stop swerving.
Right. Tell them that.
You know how many dead squirrels I've seen on the road, though?
More people get into accidents avoiding fucking hitting a squirrel, which they should just do, than people get dying in shark attacks. And also, who gives a fuck if they're killing sharks? They're sharks. They're sharks.
Can you eat shark meat?
Sure you can. Mako. Yeah, you definitely can.
Okay. All right.
But this is for makeup. They use it for makeup.
Oh, Steve, Dan wants to hear your shark voice.
Oh, what?
Dan wants to hear your shark voice.
If I had any legs and I got trapped on a trampoline, I wouldn't be able to get up.
It sounds exactly the same.
It's not. I used an aquatic accent. Did you not hear my aquatic accent? It sounded like it was straight out of this. I'm like tuna of the sea, bro. It's different.
No, it's not different.
It's different. Each one of those was different. I put a different twist on it. Last animal one. First off, you don't care about the sharks getting killed for the coronavirus, right?
I just think it's weird.
Right? But why are we saving sharks? Is that something we need to do?
Are they getting killed because they're taking their oil?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
They're sharks, though, right?
Need
We
to
don't
save
care.
humans.
Right?
Yeah.
Listen, do you think that there's a group out there, like if we discovered that cockroaches carry the cure for AIDS, like is there an advocacy group out there going, we can't kill fucking cockroaches? We're losing cockroaches. You think there is? Huh?
Melvin Myrick.
Melvin Myrick. Just say no more. All right? Just say no more.
You'd be against it.
Huh? You would be against it. Some of those people on Hoarders would be against it.
Oh my god, dude! That's
I know.
We should have a whole episode on that.
We should.
We'll
do
watch
it
like the first season, and then we'll just talk about.
We'll talk about Hoarders. We'll do a Hoarders episode.
Ooh.
I'll bring in Des because she can talk about like the actual like psyche of those people, like the craziness of it. Like I look at it all the time, and we'll do a whole show. I don't want to get into it now. This is my last thing. Animals keep evolving into crabs.
What?
Animals keep evolving into crabs.
How?
So we knew the long quarantine was making us all crabby, but this is extreme. People now feel fully betrayed by the long history of crabification. Technically, it's called carcinization. Different species over time. That means group of crustaceans have evolved into crabs in 5 completely different contexts, giving a rise to a long history of trends towards the crab. I'm trying to find the details of it. Carcinization is an example of convergent evolution in which a crustacean evolves into crab-like form from a non-crab-like form. Have you ever heard of this before?
No. Never.
All right. So it says animals that live in similar habitats face obstacles that can shuttle them all towards the same evolutionary advantages, which makes sense. I cite marsupials as a key example. Despite having one critical difference from their placental counterparts in other parts of the world, the marsupials often correspond very closely to these other animals. So basically what they're saying is like animals that live in the same environment as crabs also have the same issues as crabs do. So
okay. Yeah, I mean, so
in order for them to overcome those, they develop different things that are making them more crab-like.
But not like crab legs, you're saying.
Oh, they'll develop crab legs, and then eventually their species just becomes crabs.
Wow.
So think of it this way. All right, so like bears, right?
Mm-hmm.
So bears that live in the like lower 48, right?
Yeah.
They're brown bears. You're never going to see a fucking polar bear living in these in that environment, right?
Well, no,
they all come from the same species, right? So the ones that have the white hair polar bear ones, they develop that white hair to be able to shield them from predators in the fucking snow, so they can blend in with their environment. It also is a hunting
Are these
technique.
facts?
This is just obvious.
I don't think so.
So different things in different environment, they evolve in different ways
I understand that.
to meet the demands of their environment.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing, like a bear that is a polar bear. You're disagreeing?
Yes.
Why do you think? So how do you think that this happens then? I'm curious.
Bro,
why are polar bears
born
white?
as polar bears.
Why are they white?
I don't know.
So why are like some lizards born or some snakes born that the way that they are? Like you don't think that like they've evolved and like their skin colors and fur colors are specifically evolved that way because of the environment that they're in? Are you there? What are you doing?
Just reading this.
What are you reading?
Why polar bears are white.
Why are polar bears white?
So they can blend in with their environment.
Oh,
yeah. I didn't believe it.
like, dude, your brother's like, come on, Rob. Like, seriously, you don't know about like evolution and how this works?
I just didn't think like that was it. Their actual hair is black.
Yeah.
But their hairs are hollow.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because they fucking evolved into that to blend in with their environment. Snakes do it, fucking all kinds of animals. So it's not absurd to think that an animal would evolve into something else. It's weird that it would evolve into like almost a completely different animal. Like they think that humans evolved from monkeys and our environments change the way that we are into things that we need. Like there's body parts that we have that we no longer need. Like an appendix, at some point we needed that for something.
Correct.
It exists for a reason, but now we no longer need it.
Right.
It's like giraffes. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So they've evolved to be able to get the higher fucking roughage off of trees, right?
Okay.
They don't technically need that long neck.
No, but it's not going to go away.
No, but that's how they've evolved to be able to get the higher up shit so that way their species could survive. Right?
Yeah.
So crabs. I don't know how we got on this, how we went this far into it, but it was more because you didn't believe me.
I did. I'm sorry. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So more animals in the sea are turning into crabs, which is good for us and Chicky and Pete's.
I got a story for you to close though, if you're ready for it.
Are we going to close? I'm going to do a real quick one.
Go ahead.
This one. This one's just funny. This poor kid's going to suffer for a long time because of it, but it's fucking funny.
Okay.
Topeka, Kansas. Shawnee County Sheriff's Office said a 17-year-old boy was taken into custody early Saturday morning following an incident at the Petro Deli, which is north of Topeka, Kansas. The sheriff's office said when they responded to the scene at around 3:30 a.m. on Saturday, they found the teen naked and under the influence. The sheriff said the teen covered himself in ranch dressing and damaged property inside the deli. After that, the teen ran outside the deli and jumped into a running vehicle and crashed it into a pillar. The sheriff said deputies took the teen into custody, then to a local hospital where he was released to his parents. We're happy to report that no one was injured during this incident, the sheriff posted on social media. I'm good with everything. I don't know how he winds up inside there naked, but I could see how that's something that would happen. Ranch dressing is fucking disgusting.
Yeah, why didn't you grab the whipped cream at least?
I don't think he meant it to be kinky, Rob.
It's more fluffy though.
I don't think he meant it that way. We've had this
I
conversation
get it. He
before.
needs to cover up.
We've talked about this before. There was wasn't there a guy with pickles or something? It's a pickle guy, and then there was the cheese guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't imagine.
Listen, he was fucked up though, so he didn't really probably know what he was doing. Like, this was not intentional,
right?
He probably just grabbed something and sprayed himself.
It's bizarre though. Like, I don't like you don't. Why are you spraying yourself with that? I don't get that. Spraying yourself with ranch dressing?
No, you shouldn't. You should have just grabbed like a box and just stood there like, you can't see me. I don't know.
Fair enough.
I don't know. No.
All right, I'm ready. God, hit me with your last one, then we'll shut it down.
Man steals truck for alien encounter, then returns it. A Utah man stole a truck because he said he wanted to rendezvous with aliens, but then he felt bad for taking it and he later returned the truck to the 7-Eleven store.
So it was a 7-Eleven's truck?
No, just some guy at the store. Story gets way better though.
All right.
So Bryce Gerald Dixon.
Stop. Wait. He set an appointment to go meet aliens, or they contacted him and said, "Be at the Third Rock
It doesn't.
in the desert." Like, how did he know?
Truck because he said he wanted to rendezvous with the aliens.
Okay.
Then he said he felt bad for taking it, so he returned it. That's it.
Okay.
So he's been accused of theft and 3 attempts to escape an officer custody. He told police that he needed the red pickup truck that he returned so that he could get to the Coliseum to get on a flight with alien diplomats.
Okay.
Dixon planned to drive the pickup truck all the way to the Coliseum, but upon feeling bad for taking the vehicle, he returned it. The owner of the vehicle called it in stolen after leaving it unlocked for a quick stop in the store. He called 911. Police responded to the call and got to the scene to investigate. Once an officer arrived at the convenience store, he was met by the owner of the truck. The owner told him that the man suspected of taking it returned it, and he was running from the location. The officer radioed another car, and they took him into custody. The suspect was taken to the hospital for an injury due to the owner of the truck punching him in the face.
So he returned it and was like, "I'm sorry," and the dude still punched him.
Yes.
I like it.
Once in the hospital care, Dixon tried to slip past officers several times. He apologized to the police, but told them that aliens needed him to get to the Coliseum. He won't be making it to the aliens, but at least the truck was returned.
I mean, so much to unpack there.
It says Halloween hasn't even happened yet. It's clear that 2020 will be anything but normal.
2020 has been a wild year so far, dude, and we've only got like 8 weeks left to go, not 9 weeks. So the dude had a rendezvous set up with aliens. Like, I almost, like, with some of these people,
They're just crazy.
no. I almost wish somebody would have volunteered to be like, "Here, take my truck," and just followed them.
Well,
It's such a better story.
Coliseum in like
LA?
is that?
I don't know.
LA or
The Roman Coliseum?
yeah, like what's
Like, I kind of want somebody just to go, "Listen,
Utah?
I get that you're crazy.
He was in Utah.
It's fine. I get that you're crazy. But I want to see how crazy you are. Here's the keys to my truck. Go meet these aliens. I'm going with you, but let's go meet these aliens."
Probably be fun.
But, like, there's more to it. Like, he's got to take you somewhere. And then when you get there and it's like, "Oh, there's no fucking aliens. You lied to me." Right? Like, what? You hash it out there. I want to see how crazy he is. I want to go with him. Plus,
All right, so this is what we're gonna.
I'm going to be pretty bummed if I don't see an alien.
This is what we're gonna do. We might have to stay here longer.
Why?
I'm gonna try and find this guy.
No, we're good. Next week.
Yeah, I know.
So, before we end the show, a couple quick announcements. We're going to be doing another live show. We had so much fun doing the last one. We are going to do another one, November 18th. It is going to be, if you're in the Philly area and you want to come out and hang out with us and some of our other shows that are here at the studio, it's going to be at Patty Wax, Welsh and the Boulevard. You can Google it. It comes up pretty easily. We're going to have, it's going to be our show. It's going to be Sandy from Lady Juice and her show. It is going to be the Santa Boot First guys and the guys from the Row Homies. We're going to do 4 hours of live podcasting. The reason that we're doing it is it's going to be the final leg. We're going to be helping out with the Camp Out for Hunger from MMR. If you're local, you know exactly what we're talking about. So if you have an opportunity to come out and hang out with us, bring a non-perishable food item, hang out, drink, share some laughs with us. I'm sure we'll have a bunch of people go in there and guests, and the beers will be aflow, and it'll be a fun night. Again, that's November 18th. We're going to be on 6 to 10. And we'll have some other information dropping as it goes. But make sure you're listening to all the shows. Santa Boot First, the Row Homies, Lady Juice, Sarcast. Make sure you're subscribed. That way you get all the information and you can come out and hang out with us. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, man. Come on out.
We will see you guys all next Wednesday, 6 p.m. is when we start. We go 6 to 7 every Wednesday night. You can watch it live on CB Pro Live on Facebook. Also, please go subscribe, download the podcast, and give us some reviews. Leave us some comments. We'd love to hear from you guys. And we'll see you next week.
See you later.